Not so long ago, people asked me, why do you play Robin van Persie centre forward?
27 Premier League goals and counting helped crown Robin van Persie as the PFA Player of the Year.
Oh, Van Persie! What a magnificent finish from the Dutchman.
Van Persie has got it behind Gerard Piqué. He's got support from Bender. It's in!
Song lifted up for Van Persie! What a goal from Robin van Persie!
He's a perfect captain, not because he scores goals, just because he behaves off the pitch and on the pitch like a captain who wants his team to do well.
After months of speculation, Robin van Persie is finally set to leave Arsenal after agreeing to join Manchester United. United announced they'd reached an agreement with the London club on Wednesday to sign the Dutch striker for a reported £24 million. Van Persie, last season's leading marksman in the Premier League with 30, expressed his desire to quit the Emirates this summer, declaring the Gunners' trophy ambitions didn't match his own. That prompted both Manchester clubs as well as Serie A side Juventus to show their interest.
Hello, good afternoon. I would like to start with thanking Arsenal Football Club, Mr. Wenger, for the last 8 years, because the last 8 years been is part of my history, my life. They've been always good to me, so I would like to thank Mr. Wenger, the players, the fans, and for all their help, technical staff, people involved with Arsenal, because as I said, they've been always great to me, and I look back on a positive note to the last 8 years. Now, if you look forward, this is a big challenge for me, which I'm looking forward to. I'm proud to be here, and I am looking forward to achieve big things with Manchester United.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to a new video. Today I was thinking about making a video about a very special player, one that really stood out to me simply because of his unique trajectory as far as I'm concerned, and it really raised the question of what does it really mean to be a club legend. So the player today is Robin van Persie. Now, without a doubt, one of the best strikers within recent years, definitely one of the better strikers in the Premier League within the past couple of years. Now, I wanted to see what does it take for someone like Van Persie to be considered a Manchester United club legend. Here's a guy who spent 8 seasons at Arsenal, one of Manchester United's biggest rivals, and he had a lot of ups and downs. He was mainly injured for the most part, but then towards the end of his Arsenal career, he became the main guy, the main striker, the one who provided all the goals. And quite controversially, after his best season at the club at Arsenal, he chose to leave for probably their biggest rivals at the time, Manchester United. Now, Manchester United at the time was competing against Manchester City, one of the teams that was also competing for the Premier League. At the time, Arsenal was still stuck in 4th place. They couldn't really contend for the title. And Van Persie, being in the Premier League for so long, he wanted a new challenge, and he left. He left Arsenal after 8 years and went on to join their biggest rival. And the weird thing was that he was instantly supported by Manchester United fans.
He's a gooner, and he's a miserable gooner today.
Yeah, what happened? We don't turn up at Old Trafford.
Garbage. What United, Van Persie. Oh, Robin van Persie. Oh, Robin van Persie.
It was almost as if he was always one of them. It was very strange to see because Van Persie came in after his best season, after winning the Golden Boot for Arsenal, and he comes in and he scores left and right, just non-stop goals, important goals, winning matches, scoring hat-tricks. He just did it all. It's almost like he was there the whole time, and he was just one of their players in form. You know, the final season with Ferguson, it was for the 20th Premier League title. Robin Van Persie with the number 20 on the back. It seemed to all fit, and it's really weird because I don't know if he would be considered a Manchester United legend at this point, or even an Arsenal legend at this point. He's kind of in a weird middle ground that he finds himself in. He was only at United for 3 years, and his best season was his first season under Ferguson, where he again won the Golden Boot and led them to their 20th Premier League title in Ferguson's last season, and he was simply amazing for them. He just, like I said before, he scored important goals. I think he only scored a couple less goals than the season before that he also won the Golden Boot, and he was loved. I mean, the United fans took over the Robin Van Persie song. He was scoring against all the big teams. You know, I was starting to wonder how important loyalty is to football fans, because at that time Arsenal had plenty of players that would leave to another club to find success and win trophies, whether that be leaving to another league or, you know, a lot of the times even other Premier League teams. But for some reason, the outrage that came about leaving Arsenal to join Manchester United was just far greater than anything else. I mean, they had Song leaving, they had Thierry Henry leaving, they had players like Nasri leaving, Fabregas leaving, a bunch of players that just left Arsenal after being there for so long. And of course, Arsenal fans, a lot of them didn't like it, a lot of them understood, but the hate for Van Persie was completely unique, and it is because he joined Manchester United, and I wonder how badly that affected his legacy at Arsenal. But then on the other side, what's his legacy for Manchester United? His first season was just spectacular. It was unbelievable. Then after Ferguson left under Moyes, he kind of got back to getting injuries, and it didn't seem like it was all going well. But then at the time, you know, Ferguson was gone. It was a new era. Moyes came in. He had his own ideas, his own way of football to play, and you could almost give Van Persie a pass. And like I said, even though he was injured as well, so everything was fine, but still loved by United fans. And then Van Gaal came, and it was, if I remember correctly, Van Persie felt kind of betrayed in a way. He thought Van Gaal was going to make him his main guy, especially after his performances with Netherlands in the World Cup, and it just never came to be. And United fans will mainly have that memory of him in that first season simply because he participated more for them, and he was so important. He really provided so much for them that first season, and ever since that first season, it seemed like he could do no wrong, and he would always be loved. But the case for loyalty is to be made, whether he can be an Arsenal legend simply because he joined United, and even the other way around. I mean, can someone be a United legend having played for Arsenal, especially having played for them for so long, for the majority of their Premier League career? Can someone even be considered a legend in their club if they only played there for 3 seasons as well? I personally am a fan of Robin Van Persie, but I'm interested in knowing what the perspective is of him amongst United fans, especially amongst United fans in England. Would they consider Van Persie a United legend? Would they consider him a great player that they had? How do they perceive him, knowing that he was part of a historic Premier League title and was part of a historic season at the club? Very important player for an important manager. It's just a little strange for Van Persie, just because of what Arsenal was going through at the time when he joined. He kind of joined in at the end of their dominance, or one of their better eras in the Premier League. So he joined in after they were coming down. He never really shined. He always suffered through a lot of injuries, but then out of nowhere he has a great season.
And Robin Van Persie has always scored goals, but unfortunately for him, if you take his medical record, he was out for a long time, and it's impossible to survive at the top level today if you have not a regular presence in the team, and that's why suddenly people discover that he's exceptional. For me, was always, but he is, for the first time, he has played since the start of the year. 2011, he has played nearly all the games.
He has his best season, and then he leaves. So the whole dynamic is strange. It's very interesting to think about it, because I would definitely like to make the argument that he is a United legend, but has he served enough time to really be considered a United legend?
I always listen in these situations when you have to make a hard decision in your life. I always listen to that little boy inside of me, and what does he want, you know? And that boy was screaming for Man United. Man United breathes football in every aspect, and yeah, for me it was quite soon I made my decision.